Good afternoon. This is Lab Assignment 6. All right, so we're going to jump right into it. Okay, so starting off, this is Lab Assignment 6. This is where we had to create a tax calculator as well as a online store checkout. So first things first, what we have here is we have our Lab6 folder. I had to create an images folder to be able to pull my image in for my checkbox. Also created the index PHP for my postback, as well as the invoice PHP to output the invoice page. And I also created an external style sheet, which is Cell CSS, to be able to manage my forms and other elements that I needed to style inside of my my form, as well as my checkout. So, and this is my store HTML. Let's go back. So, one thing you notice when we start the browser, we'll look at the server. So this is the index PHP page. I added a nav in with some buttons just to go back and forth through the task to make it easy. So we'll start with just looking at the how the code works for the sales tax collector. Well, if you don't put anything in the boxes and you hit the calculate, it displays an error. It says, please enter a numeric value for the amount. Please enter a numeric value for the tax rate and cannot calculate. So the return calculator, what it does is that it returns back to the original form, and I have a unset post to clear out the data here. So we go here and then I'll put in, let's say, $1,500 and then put in a Z here or W here and calculate. As you see, you get the error that says, please enter a numeric value for the tax rate. Cannot calculate. If we return back and we do here, we put a 5% tax rate in, and we do 1,500 here, and we do calculate. You now get the where the form is actually working. But if you want to see where if we put a 5% here and we put a FGHY here and then calculate, you get a totally different error that says, please enter numeric value for the amount, cannot calculate. All right, so that does it for the sales tax calculator, but then we'll go to task 2, which is the online checkout. So we basically built the online checkout. We have a form that actually has a table of that houses the check boxes as well as the images. If you select the items in the checkout that you want to have and hit checkout, as you can see, it does create the invoice. The only problem I've had with the code is this particular part is trying to get it to read in the correct name for each item. Unfortunately, it's just reading the last name in my loop. That's been a struggle for me to kind of overcome. But overall, the values here are correct and the total is correct. And then we're going to go back to the beginning of the task. And basically what that does is the same thing. It does that unset post to clear out the selections here for you to select something else. So we'll just choose something different so you can see that it is actually working. We'll check out. And as you can see, the calculations and everything working, the values here are working. And, you know, but I just got to fix this part of the code. But the interesting part of this particular code, just to give you an idea what I did here, is the invoice PHP. What I did, and this is the actual output that I'm getting for the names of the items. I just have to go through this code and fix it. But this is the for each that I actually created, that created the table as well as the output that's in it. And this is my sum of the values that's in my totals. And this is my unset. But that's pretty much how this code works in a nutshell. And if you have any questions, man, feel free to reach out. Other than that, thank you so very much for enjoying my video.